So you young activists, you champions of character, you 8th place trophy holders, until you realize that this is earned by this, then you will never be able to actually survive in the working world.
Well, CEO calling out what he says lefty snowflakes, saying, you know what? You can't go down that route. You're going to be bad for business. The video getting over 5 million views, flooding the company with resumes of willing applicants. There's one catch. If you want the job, you're going to have to pass his snowflake survey. Look who's here. Silent partner, marketing CEO Kyle Reyes. Kyle, so why did you create this test?
We were so inundated with applications from people who didn't even know what we did for work that I needed a filter. I needed some way of sorting out the good ones from the bad ones.
So what happened? You looked at all these resumes, and what were you seeing?
Started weeding through and realized that a lot of people had a sense of entitlement. A lot of people didn't know how to spell properly, didn't know the difference between your and there and there. And I was going through interview after interview, and I realized I needed some way of separating all of this.
Okay, so we have, I think, some of the questions on the survey. It looks like one of the questions is, what does America mean to you? What kind of answer were you looking for?
You know, the irony of this test is that it's not even so much about the answers, it's about how people formulate the answers and how they stand by that. I want some hardcore Americans, people who are proud to be American.
Oh, but you're going to come off like nationalist, like a kook.
That's okay. I'm all right with that. I'm down with that. You know, we have a lot of clients that are hardcore Americana. We've got one of our clients is owned by veterans and has 140 veterans that work for them. We've got clients that demand that loyalty to our country.
Okay, another question asks, what does privilege, the word privilege, mean to you? So how does an answer to that question show someone's character?
It shows their character because I need people who have an entrepreneurial mindset. I need people who are willing to work for a living, who aren't going to complain that I run the company because I was magically handed something. We built it from the ground up. And I need people who understand that work ethic and who are going to grind and who are going to hustle and not complain.
Here's here's a question. When is the last time you cried and why? It's also asked, are there right and wrong answers to these questions?
So there really aren't any right or wrong answers.
How do you feel about the police support? When's the last time you cried?
Because I need to know that people have heart, but I also need to know that people are going to be able to come up with an argument and stand by that. I'm not as concerned about how they answer. I'm more concerned with the fact that I threw them a curveball with this questionnaire, and I need to see that they're willing to take a stance and stand by that.
Okay, Kyle, the next one, you asked about how the applicant feels about the police and guns. Also, if Hillary Clinton won the election, would you still have created this survey?
Of course I would. It doesn't matter who's in office. What matters is the fact that we have a lot of entitled people out there who feel that they haven't earned vacation, that they should be handed vacation time, that they should be given 4 weeks of sick time. The police question we put on there because we're in the middle of a $500,000 donation to police and first responders, and if you don't support our first responders, get out.
So you're going up against essentially the Bernie Sanders crowds of free stuff and we're supposed to take care of you, right?
I'm going up against a sense of entitlement, and I'm going up against people who don't want to have to hustle for a living.
What happens if they stay in that sense of entitlement and don't hustle?
They're not going to find a job with us. They're not going to find a job in a lot of companies.
Okay, Kyle Reyes, always so great to see your work. I've seen you before. You're terrific. Please come back.
Absolutely.